So I'm going to continue a little bit more on that sacred hoop and the freedom and having the power. And this is why, it doesn't matter how many trolls, how many of those within shadow darkness want to come and spew their garbage. Okay, you stand and you don't move. When you've tasted absolute reality, when everything has dismantled as a human being, everything, all the false illusions, things that you thought you were, all the dramas you had carried, when they are dismantled, when they no longer exist, then there is just that clarity. And beyond a shadow of a doubt what that God essence is, that all religions point in the direction of. Yet men want to limit and men want to skew into something that it's not. Okay? So once you live within that, and the energy and the power that's behind all of the universe and the workings of it, that by the very nature of what God is and God isn't, you understand why karma is in effect, and it has to be, and it will always be. Okay? You understand the workings of that. So in that, there again is nothing to fear. And it doesn't matter what type of nonsense these people want to spin. You understand what is the consciousness you are living in. You know it. They don't know it. They think they know because of their limited mindset. They think if they can't, if they don't understand it, it obviously as a woman from the West, you can't understand it. You have no knowledge. If you don't buy into their book drama, then you don't have knowledge. Okay? Well, once you actually have knowledge, okay, and you're actually living within that reality, there is nothing that's going to dissuade it. Okay? If you've lived in a dark room all your life and you finally turned on the light and you see exactly what's there and what's not, and you're not fueled by suspicion anymore, fears, dramas, then it doesn't matter what shadow wants to come and say, oh, you should go back to the fear and you should do this and you should do that and you can't know this and you can't know. And you've seen it for yourself. How difficult is it then to stand for that truth? It's actually very simple, So, when they come with their seeds of doubt and their seeds of darkness, and this is what the dark and the shadow and fear mongers want to do. They want to come, understand what they do is come and plant a seed. They want to plant a seed of doubt, of darkness, and then they want to continue to fuel it, to mask the light, to choke out whatever light is growing. And this is what is so heinous, and why I continue to stand up against those like Nityananda, like La-di-da, Adi-da, all of those that have some sense of power, but they use it for darkness. Oh yes, I know some of their words sound very good on the surface, but understand what they do. They use some things that people know are true, and then they put in lies with it to skew it, to darken it. And people know those basic things that they're saying is truth, and it sounds good, it sounds really good to ego. So when they start filtering in the lies and the darkness and the spin, people don't recognize that. And they get caught in this web and pulled into ever greater darkness, thinking that it's light. And it is so nefarious. Okay, these types have I'm not saying they don't have some power. They do, but they use it in a way to gratify their ego. Okay, This is why ones like Nityananda and La-di-da, Adida, I call him La-di-da because he was all about ego. Okay, he may have had some books that sounded good on the surface, some things, and people, oh, he's so wonderful. I heard, oh, it's just, oh, my heart is so wonderful. No, his actions were nefarious. Okay, they use sex to control people. Behind the scenes, they are doing these dark energies. This is why Nityananda has people sign non-disclosure agreements. This is why he's going to trial now, because of his dark deeds, which people say, but I got something good from him, so I don't believe it. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to, Okay, because your ego got fed, and there was something you liked to hear, you're going to discount the rest of it. And that's a very dangerous place to be or thing to do. Okay? If you are of the light, your actions will have integrity, honesty, sacredness. And if you're just mouthing the words on the surface and your actions behind the scenes are dark, then you are dark. That heart is dark in there. So are you going to have a heart of light or a heart of dark? Is it all about your ego and what affirms your ego? Or is it wanting to know God, truth, what is reality? Are you willing to sacrifice, let go of the ego drama to find out what is that truth? Okay? So again, it's just something to look at. But once you sacrifice ego drama, ego self, ego ideation, and you surrender into that death before death, then all the rest of that dismantles in a second. Okay? It takes years and years and years to reach that second of instant, what they call instant enlightenment. Okay? It does happen very quickly when you get to that tipping point, but it takes years and lifetimes to get to that tipping point where you can surrender into that ego death and come out the other side to see what is reality versus the skewed identifications that one has wrapped around a physical form and called an I, a me, a story that they perpetuated or they fought against or they tried to assure and change. Okay? So again, today is a day, understand the sacred hoop. It's a day of power. It's there, but use it in a right way for going towards freedom rather than using it in an abusive way, which you think is freeing to you, but enslaves others. And when you are enslaving others, doing nefarious things, then you are really not, in the end, helping yourself, because it is a big hoop. It is a big hoop, okay? And if you are on a correct journey, you want to see people come to freedom, not enslavement. Okay? So use the day to come to more freedom, rather than enslaving modalities, no matter how good they may look on the surface in this moment. Okay. So, have a great day, everyone. And let's go forward. Sacred hoop. Aho.